Hello friends, and welcome to The Hanged Man in the Moon. It's been a while since I've been on because you may already know I've moved to a new job in a new town in South Korea. And as you can see, things are still not in order. Things are a mess in my office and I'm really not completely ready to be filming, but I still wanted to get back on and start up my channel again because it's been a while and I was starting to get cold feet. So here we go. What I decided to do was to do an unboxing, which I haven't done for a while because I got this wonderful Oracle deck in the mail just a couple of days ago. And I haven't opened it yet, but I remember from the Kickstarter, it was a Kickstarter, that the deck was beautiful. And the creator is Lili Acuña, which is a creator who is originally from Chile. And I've been to Chile, and so I was extra excited about this deck. So if you're interested in taking a look at the cards and enjoying first impressions with me, stay tuned. We'll dive right in together. See you in a bit. So friends, again, this is the Spiral Oracle by Lili Acuña. It came wrapped in this protective sleeve, and I haven't taken it out of this sleeve yet. So let's see how it goes. I might need to stop for just a moment because, yes, like I expected, it's not coming out of its very protective sleeve very easily. So let me open this up. Just a moment. So, I had to do two things. One, I used an X-Acto knife to open the box, the protective sleeve, because it was just not coming out. You can see I ended up starting to rip it, trying to push the Oracle out of its sleeve, and so I gave up and used a knife. The second is I changed my whole camera setup because the new tripod I was using is just too fragile for the weight of my phone, which is my camera. So if things look very different, now you know why. So let's go and dive into this Oracle. Open up the sleeve, and here is the gorgeous box. This is absolutely lush. It's got that, what we call rose petal finish to it. It's very soft, very, very wonderful to touch. The colors are brilliant. The colors are amazing. Spiral Oracle by Lili Acuña. I love the artwork of this, just the box. I buy it for the box. The detail, the richness of the colors are just lovely. Now let's see how we can open this box. I've not opened this before. Oh, okay. It's a very easy magnetic box lid with a lovely attention to design on the interior of the box. Yeah, sacred geometry on the lid. Here is the book in a nice pastel, a beautiful pastel, of an image that is, yes, it is. It's the image from the cover in a light watermarked pastel finish. Also, rose petal for the cover. And here are the cards in a nice paper band to save reduction in use of plastic. And here we go. Yes, the attention to detail of this box is wonderful. Spiral Oracle by Lili Acuña on the bottom of the box. The whole thing is beautifully lined in the same very, very deep, rich, purplish black color. It's lovely. It's a lovely box. The design element is superb. So let's put the box away because we're here for the cards. The cards and the book. again, the book is a rose petal finish. The cards are not. The cards are a matte stock. But let's look at the book, the cover. Again, repeated sacred geometry here. And okay, there's art inside of the book as well, black and white so far. Acknowledgements. Introduction. So the title pages all have beautiful art, I assume from the deck, in black and white, or gray and white. The Spiral Oracle is a collection of paintings that were created through my hands. Now this is one of the primary reasons, well, one of the two primary reasons that I wanted to get this deck. I really prefer fresh art, new art, paintings especially, as the basis for creating an oracle or a tarot deck. I like that so much more than collage. And so seeing that this was a collection of paintings created by hand by the artist was one of the first things that drew me to this deck. The second is I don't have too many creators from South America in my collection, so that was also a consideration. They differ in medium, size, and technique. This is the result of many years of work, and now these paintings are spread across many places in the world. I see this oracle as a collection of my internal process of growth and learning. As a result, it's very intimate to me. It shows a part of my history, filled with inspirations, reflections, intentions, quotes, and connections. Here, every image is attached to a piece of writing. Each one of them reflects the essence of what I was working on with myself and what I learned in the process. Whether each creation took me days, weeks, months, or even years, they all were imbued with my absolute intention to detail. So that is, I think, the keynote or the key point of this deck is the detail of the artwork and the attention to detail for the overall design of the deck, I believe. How the Spiral Oracle works. So if you're not familiar with oracles, and this one in particular, here are some pointers. How to interact with the spiral. Let's see if there are, okay, here's a 3-card spread without graphics, but a description of a spread. Create the necessary space. Active listening. Okay, so how to work with the deck. Message for you, and then texts in alphabetical order, which is good. I like it when oracle decks have a system for laying out the material, either numerically by the number of the card or alphabetically by the name of the card. And I like both. Both of them are wonderful. So here, we start with the article as being a new sprout. So we have, for each card, we have descriptions of how the card was made, I believe, allowing vulnerability. Okay, so, and then a description of the meaning of the card or the intention behind the card. Let me read this one so we see what kind of information we get. There are memories of my ancestors living in me. I honor these memories, and I also appreciate the personal resources they developed that helped them survive and navigate different circumstances in their lives. Resources that, like a treasure, they passed on to take care of me and to protect me. I bring to light this truth, and I understand that for them it was necessary to live with these strategies. However, now they have become for me a burden, outdated resources. An old paradigm that is not my essence. In these ancient beliefs that this very moment I must it is these ancient beliefs that at this very moment I must release. Perfectionism, self-criticism, high expectations, negative internal dialogue, and being self-demanding are consequences of the paradox leading to expectations and judgments by society. Fearing error, ridicule, and failure is the guarantee that life will pass me by. So what does this success mean to me? Allowing vulnerability. Today, I'll enjoy new, curious aspects of my humanity, celebrating facets that I once rejected or hid. Today I appreciate the wonder of being human is due in part to my fragility, ridiculousness, and my differences. A weight is lifted within me, and without forcing change, I gently allow myself to be whoever I am. Vulnerability, I welcome you, because today you are a force that makes me strong. I enjoy myself. I stumble. I make mistakes and I fail. I laugh at myself and the character I have created. And an old tension dissipates. My heart rate decreases. My anxiety fades away. I lighten my life, and finally, my inner judge takes a well-deserved vacation. So, unfortunately, it does not describe the art, which is okay. I do like it when a creator points to elements of the artwork and draws meaning from them. But we're still allowed the opportunity to do that on our own, which is wonderful. So this is generally how the information on each card is delivered. Some long, some very short. And that's okay, because forcing descriptions of a card to match a length sometimes forces creators to add text that is not entirely necessary. So I appreciate the desire for brevity when possible and depth when needed. Stories from my mother. So we go all the way through W, the last card apparently being winter sowing, which is good. Winter sowing is the end, and a new sprout is the beginning. Makes sense, doesn't it? Where was that beginning? It was right here. A new sprout to winter sowing. Okay, that makes sense. And then we have quotes and references at the back. And the end of the book. So, this is a 60-some odd card deck. Let me check here. It is I believe, 66 card deck. 62 card deck. So let's look at the deck. The cards are large. Let me take the band off. And the band does not come off very easily either. This is a very well protected deck. Let's see, I might need to... No, it's coming off. Patience. Here we go. That's the best way. Here we go. So, the deck is large. Yeah, this is a standard US Games Tarot card. And you can see it's much larger and much wider, which is normal for an oracle deck. The borders, there are white borders, and the art is interestingly placed within those borders, I think. Let's see. Yeah, they look like they've been cut fairly consistently, which is good. It looks like it wouldn't be too difficult to trim the borders if you like, because this deck is not edged. Yeah, here are the backs. The backs are a lovely lilac, similar to the interior of the box, but in a lighter hue. The cards are, okay, they feel like they have a core. Again, they are a matte finish. I hope you can see clearly. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see the cards just a little closer. Okay, good. It looks like focus is good. And we'll go through one by one. Oops, focus. Here we go. Let's see, are we going to focus? Here we go, focus, good. Pure medicine. So the cards are not in alphabetical order, but that's not a big thing because the book is. So we have pure medicine. Again, the colors of this deck are lush. Pure medicine. A new sprout. Well, here we go. Here's the first card of the book, a new sprout. And you can see coming up from perhaps the root chakra, new life, new birds, the light coming out of the third eye chakra. You have the throat chakra illuminated. We have So this looks like it might be a chakra-inspired deck, but let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. Here we go, alignment. Wow, lovely, lovely artwork. The colors, the balance of warm and cold, cool colors. Uh, a face illuminated from within and from the outside. It looks like we have a snake here. I hope no one here is too alarmed by images of snakes. This doesn't seem like it should be too alarming, but that's not one of my issues. Here we have, okay, ancestral warmth. So yeah, again, chakras being activated and the light coming out of the crown chakra, I'm sorry. Spirits behind, in the midst of nature, and unclothed, vulnerable. A lovely image, a lovely image. And here we have a less colorful image, which is nice, having variety, some intense images, some less so. That's a very good balance for a deck. Becoming world. I love the cool tones of this one. And these look like mudras, the hand gestures. I wish, now here's why I wish books would refer to the art a little bit. Like referring to chakra elements, referring to if these are mudras. It'd be interesting to know. Center. And you can see this is British spelling. Speaking as a citizen of the United States, that's a little different for me, but I know it's correct. The energy radiating from, it looks like the throat chakra, but the colors don't seem very throat chakra to me, but still, yeah, you know. I don't know this deck deeply yet. Create a certainty. The variety of this artwork is wonderful, and yet you can see that it is done by the same artist, I think. You can see that it is one artist working in many different styles, which adds to the continuity of the deck. Children of Light. Wow, those blues, my favorite colors of blue. I love this. Children of Light. Clock Time Gateway. Reminds me of the Hermit a little bit, doesn't it? Remind you of the Hermit a little bit? We have mountains, we have the cloaked figure, we have light in the darkness, and commitment. Wow, also a lovely card, a beautiful card. And not necessarily commitment to the other. It could be also internal commitment here, right? Because they're not staring into each other's eyes. They are together. These two could be committed to each other, but they could also be internally committed with themselves and to their higher selves, to their higher spirit, to their divine creator, whatever you want to call that larger spiritual base, foundation for this universe. Compassion. Okay, we have heart, we have the third eye, and peacock feathers. Lovely. Connection, link, and this person, non-gendered person. You can see a lot of non-gendered images in this deck, which are wonderful. This non-gendered person, also you can read any age, probably adult, but any age adult. You can read any gender if you like. And connected, connection out and connection here too. Lovely. Conscious, and boy, wow, look, the light coming out through the crown chakra and connecting through the third eye chakra. This really is a chakra deck, isn't it? Okay, and cool forest shade. Wow, look at those colors. Again, I love these royal hued colors. These jewel hued colors are my favorites. a cat and a human merged, sort of a spirit animal or totem kind of feel to it. Cosmic uterus, okay. With two dogs. Somehow also reminiscent of the moon card to me in tarot, because of the two dogs, because of the divine feminine energy of that card as well. Interesting. I love that. Crystal clear. Wow. In black and white, and also very crystal clear. Lovely, lovely image. Dance of heartbeats. Okay, we can see the connection. We can see the flame in front of the heart. A very feminine card. A very female-centered card, I should say. Interesting. Embrace knowledge. Wow. Wow. And again, you can see the alignment. Knowledge perhaps coming from all directions, from above and into other areas of the chakra, the line of chakra. Everything is connected. And truly, everything is connected, isn't it? And it's beyond connected. There is no separation to connect. So, and our human language does not really speak well, or is not an adequate tool for describing spiritual or non-physical existence. Because human language is a language of duality, and spirit is a language of, I believe, beyond non-duality, beyond unity. There is nothing to separate. There's nothing to unite, because it is all one. It's oneness. And yet we need to remember connection because of our constant reminders of separateness in these physical bodies. Fibonacci. Oh yes. And the repeated pattern of the shell here. Do you know Fibonacci? The mathematical equation he developed that is a repeated pattern that is found easily throughout nature, in trees, in shells, in DNA even. Flow. Yes, you can see flow in this card. You can see flow outward. You can see flow in. You can see flow in many aspects in this card. Flower of life. Yes, you can see the flower of life, the sacred geometry of the flower of life. And a woman sitting with her hands in a mudra. Oh, also, I'm sorry, I almost missed this hand here. Now, I believe this is a teaching mudra, but I'm not positive. Okay, so this creator is definitely a yoga enthusiast and knows her postures and her chakras well. Here we go, healing path. I am the source. I'm the source. Wow. And yes, in the geometrical form of this, and I forget the name of this form, I am the source. Lovely. Lovely and true. And you can see this reflected here in this as well. I am. This is also and relates to the image of the magnetic field around the earth as well. Now, every field is a reflection of other fields, large and small, in the universe. And I think that is also reflected in these cards. In transit. In transit. Interesting. Incorporate. So you can see there are male figures, there are female figures, there are non-binary figures. You can read what you want into many of these cards, but you also get the balance of male and female bodies in these decks, in this deck as well. Incorporate. Infinite Sagnam. This is something I would have to study before I could speak on this. I have recollections of this in the back of my head that are just not coming out. I need to read more on this to be able to speak, but it's a beautiful image. Infinity. Interesting. This Escher-esque figure. Okay. The eyes and the colors. The colors in this deck are diverse. And can you tell which colors I like the best? These colors. I love these vibrant, rich, jewel tone colors. Inner sun. Insight fire. Okay, so we have inner sun, very warm colors, yellows and oranges, and then insight fire, which would seem to be some related to the third eye, and this is a kind of indigo color, which is often associated with the third eye. But we also have, wow, okay, I didn't notice this, the eye, and a tunnel into an eye with an iris. Interesting. Lovely. Interconnection. Interconnection. Beautiful card. Life. Life. Okay, she loves these cats, and I do too. These cats are a very important energy for her, and a spirit essence perhaps for her. Lucid dream. Lucid dream. The ability to make decisions and act consciously within a dream. And here we have a wolf. She's got some wolves in here too, dogs. Moon. This doesn't remind me so much of the moon card in the tarot as the other card did. It's a lovely card. This one too. Morning dew. And you get that cool sense in this card, the cool colors, and much more domesticated kitties. Very interesting. Interesting choice. A bird in flight. Morning dew. Let's see what's next. Mother Nature. Oh, that's lovely. You see the river flowing out of the central figure here. Wow, that's lovely. That is lovely. And here we have the more male figure, natural abundance. I like that the male figures here are not aggressive male or fighting male, but also have the same balanced energy of the male and female. Natural abundance is not an aggressive abundance. It's not the abundance of going out and getting and taking. It's the natural existence of honest abundance. With a rose, you don't often see roses associated with male figures. So I love this deck for that. Open center. She certainly is open. Open channel. The eye on the palm of the hand. Yoga pose. Beautiful. Origins. Okay, so we have different ages, right? We have probably the same figure through different stages of life. I love that. And of course, the colors. The colors are beautiful. Own voice. Yes, and the throat chakra activated. Confidence. The confidence to speak with one's own voice. And this is interesting. Here we have an almost, it isn't a photographic, but compared to the other artwork, somewhat photographic kind of face in this card, perceptions. Does that look like a heart to you? Hard to tell right now. This is my first look at the card, but that kind of looks like a heart, a lotus, an atom perhaps, a representation of an atom, I should say. That's not what an atom actually looks like. Pilgrimage. Wow, that's interesting. An interesting choice for pilgrimage because she looks very unmoving. She looks like she's not moving. She looks like she's in one spot, but perhaps this is a spiritual pilgrimage, not moving as in a walking pilgrimage, but a pilgrimage, a life journey pilgrimage. Reflecting my center of fire. Okay, we have, perhaps this is the center of fire, perhaps. It looks like an embrace that is both an embrace and not an embrace. Interesting. Who is embracing who in this card? Who is material? Who is spirit? Very interesting. All rising. Here we go. And this figure could be male, could be female, but I'm going to say male. Rising out of the water. And we have both it's not exactly an yin-yang or in Korean, yang image, but you've got that flavor to this. And here we go, roots and ascending channel. Yep, roots, ascending channels, they're all there. They are all there. Sacred geometry. Clearly, sacred geometry is also important for this creator. Sacred sexuality. Yeah, this could be out of the Kama Sutra. It may be. Perhaps Shiva and Shakti. Beautiful. Space-time weaver. Amazing. And you can see cosmos, and you can see a similar image to, what was the name of that card? The Earth, Origins, not the Origins card. I'll find it, just a moment. Let me look. So it might be earlier than I thought it was. Here, Mother Nature. Isn't that interesting? This and this look very similar to me. The way the water flows, out of here and out of here are reminiscent of each other. Mother Nature and Space-Time Weaver. Oops, sorry. And here we go. Stellar Embrace. Look at the colors. Amazing colors. I love these colors. And here we go with a more black and white, somewhat out of focus. Now, is this foreground or is this background? You decide. This looks like it could be a triangular window into this world. So this would be the foreground and this would be the background. But interesting. And here we have Temple of Love, more Kama Sutra. And perhaps Shiva Shakti, perhaps. Yes, I think so. And here we go with the encounter. And it looks like encounter with self and encounter with spirit. And the third eye is blossoming. I wish I knew more about these mudras, what each one means. The energy of the Andes. Now, the creator is from Chile, and the Andes are in Chile. And so the energy of the Andes is important for this creator, I'm sure. Now, I'm not sure. This is Mercury, I believe, the symbol for Mercury, which is interesting. I wonder why this symbol is here with the Andes. Have to look. I might be wrong about this symbol, but it looks like Mercury to me. The gift. The gift. Lovely. And we have the journey with an elk. This is the first time I think I've seen an elk in this deck, but perhaps not. Sacred geometrical figure here on her back, or his back. Hips look kind of female to me, but as old school. The sacred feminine. Here we go. Look at that. Rising up. Or returning. I mean, this could also be a cycle, rising and returning. The skull. Don't often see skulls in the sacred feminine, I don't think. We have that, is it a cheetah? Or is it a leopard? Probably it's a leopard. Here and here. Beautiful. So you get that wild fierceness as well as death, as well as the rising spirit. We have flowers. Beautiful. Treasure. Definitely full of yoga poses in this deck. Wholehearted bridge. Between bear and leopard, or leopard. And these figures, 1, 2, 3, 6 figures in the back, holding perhaps flowers, maybe lotuses, maybe lotuses and flames. Interesting. And these 3 are connected to her solar plexus. I would have put solar plexus a little higher and sacral a little lower, but yeah. Oh, well, no, okay, never mind. The winter sowing. Winter sowing. These images are so detailed, so full, rich with texture, color, imagery. Witness of beauty. And I think this is the last card, Witness of beauty. So, what do you think? I think I am very pleased that I ordered this deck. This was a very, very wonderful find, and I'm impressed by the creator and her work. I'm impressed by the depth and breadth of her knowledge. And I'm looking forward to getting into this deck. So let me know below. Do you have this deck? Are you using this deck? How is it working for you? Now, if you want to see, let's see how it shuffles. I'm going to try. Now, again, these are large cards, but I have large hands. I'm going to try okay, it shuffles nicely. Oh, and it bridges beautifully. If you have large hands, this will be a very nice deck to shuffle. Yeah, it shuffles wonderfully. So I'll pull the card and see what the message says for us. Let me do a little bit more here. Overhand. Now, overhand is fine. It doesn't clump very much. I mean, it's fresh out of the box. It's working pretty well. You might want to edge this deck if you get it. Let me do one more riffle. And perhaps trimming this deck would be a good idea, because this is a large deck. And getting rid of the top and the sides and maybe a little bit of the bottom could make it a little bit easier, more manageable for shuffling. And then trimming in a lilac color would be lovely, I think. So let's see. What do we get as a card for us? For today, what is the card? Mother Nature. Interesting. You saw me go back for this card, didn't you? So Mother Nature, let's read about Mother Nature. What does she have to say about Mother Nature? Okay, Mother Nature. Mountains and flowered sunsets are born from the warm embrace that expands from my center. Blood, death, Sweat, waste, and pain are absorbed in my realms, and life itself grows from them. I dwell in everything. Healthy or sick, I am always pure. Within me reside the plants, the water, and all beings that feel. And just like them, I also feel. I am a living organism, and in me you can deposit all your seeds. You can be sure that they will bear fruit, because the only thing I know is giving. Observe well, however, the seed you are sowing, for what you sow is what you harvest. Who knows all the paths? Who speaks without having listeners? Who knows all the secrets? Water. Now here's a subheading, nature. Every living being is a force, even the smallest insect. It takes time to get close to nature itself and let her hold you. It takes time to understand. Time in nature aligns my channels and guides me towards the most honest path. I go to the reunion with the original mother, Mother Earth. She has always been here to nourish, hydrate, oxygenate, and sustain me. I put my bare feet on the ground, bow down and honor the beauty of that which sustains me, for everything has been given to me. So, it seems to me that this card is reminding us, which, I mean, you probably would have thought without looking at the book, to 1, remember and enjoy, take time to enjoy our intimate connection with nature in all of our experiences of it, from our bare feet on the ground to the water we drink to the air we breathe. And remember that it is also that in this natural environment that we are planting the seeds of what we want to grow and to manifest. And it is our choice. If you're not happy with the fruit that ripens for you, if you're not happy with what you have manifested, plant a different seed. Be conscious of the seeds that we are planting, and we will be more satisfied with the results. So friends, I'll leave you with that. And as always, if you feel called to, share this video, leave a comment. I'd love to hear your comments. And I wish you joy, love, well-being, and pure awareness. Thank you.